Alright guys, so for this video, there's going to be two matches. The first one is going to be against a Destruction Warlock and a Resto Druid. And the second one is going to be Rogue and Fire Mage. And trust me, you do not want to miss that Mage and Rogue match. Because by the hand of Thrall, I managed to survive that one. For this matchup, we're going to focus on the Destruction Warlock. And that's because I have a range. If I had a melee, I would prefer a Resto Druid target. And the thought behind this is because the Resto Druid, he has the instant hots, he's going to be breaking line of sight, so it's going to be harder for my range to keep target on him. So then the Warlock's going to be getting free hits. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Electrocute PvP talent, so I could just go ahead and keep on purging all the hots and doing damage at the same time. Because in terms of crowd control, you're either going to get fear spam or cycle spam. At least by going on the Warlock, he could go ahead and use that fear as defensive, and the damage is going to be so high that the Druid can't really cyclone in peace. So right now, I'm just purging all the hots and buffs, and I'm applying Frost Shock to slow down the Warlock, so that way it could give my Hunter more uptime. Here, I'm going to go ahead and apply my Earth Grab to root them both in place, dropping my stun totem, so I could go ahead and stun both, make the enemy healer fall behind. Good crowd control on the healer by my partner. In hindsight on my part, I could have dropped a tremor totem just to avoid getting feared. But luckily, since we were dominating, it wasn't a real groundbreaking fear. And by rotating stuns, using interrupts, look at the damage on the bottom right in the details add-on. We shut down the Warlock's damage. And if you look at the healing done, Warlock had to play very defensive because look at the healing that he did. He did more than me. Alright guys, so this is the second match that I was talking to you about against Rogue and Fire Mage. And don't forget, Fire Mage, they got the damage buff, so they're hitting kind of hard now. And I just want to let you guys know that before this match, we fought 2 sets of Rogue and Mage, and we lost. So me and my brother's like, hey, we gotta think of something else, you know? But then I'm kind of like, yo, like, my brother, man, I mean, he was targeting the Rogue, which, I mean, yeah, that works if he's melee, but he's range. So, you know, it was like, you know, like, hello, you know, you're playing with a Hunter now. Now we gotta switch up the tactic. So the tactic that we're using now is that the Hunter focuses on the Mage. And I tried to keep range from the Rogue so that way I don't get crowd control a lot. Because him playing as a Hunter gives him more uptime on the Mage. Compared to him playing as a melee, he has more uptime on the Rogue. I mean, but keep in mind, I mean, this is a rough combo, you know, regardless. So, hey, I mean, the last 2 matches, man, I mean, it was like dominated. We did not have a chance because we were just getting crowd control. The Mage was sitting right beside me, just polymorphing spamming. And right there, I'm trying to get my distance, but the Rogue just started crowd controlling me. So this gets crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and slow it down. I draw my static totem. Rogue goes ahead, shadow step to me. Mage goes ahead and blinks out. But luckily, my partner stuns him, so he's out of the line of sight. Buys me a little bit of time. Then Mage reconnects, but he gets silenced. Unfortunately, it was for arcane and not fire. I tell my partner, get close because I'm going to drop the Spirit Link totem. Then I use Spiritual Guidance, plus 25% heal. Then I use Ascension, big burst, double the heals, and I'm able to top me and him both up and recover. My partner forces the ice block on the Mage, I hex the Rogue, and I leap to create some distance. Rogue vanishes, my partner drops a flare, and then we separate to create distance still. And right now, the Mage is trying to reset, tried to hit him with a Frost Shock, but he blinked out of the way. And yo, I just want to point this out. That Mage is running around with 351,000 HP. And yet, look at all the damage he pumped out. So yeah, so I mean, if he was even geared like us, I probably wouldn't have survived that opening burst they did on me with the Spirit Link. But sticking on the Mage and kiting the Rogue is probably the best bet for this combo, in my opinion.